What is going on YouTube? My name is Lucas, and today I'm going to provide you an update on a company that I already did a video on, and since then they're making some moves, and that company is going to be BLNK. So hopefully when I provided you the information on the last video, you didn't blink on the company. I can't even get that out. Stay tuned right after this. Today's video is sponsored by The Coffee Grind. It is based out of Southern Oregon with a partnership with a roaster that is based out of California. The name The Coffee Grind was originated because they want their coffee to be the one that gets you through the daily grind and to give you an opportunity to continue to grind for more. This company was created by amazing people with a great mindset, so part of the money from each purchase goes to a charity. I could not be more proud to be connected to this company, so swing by and check it out. Also use hashtag StockGrinder and receive 15% off your order. In my last video that I provided, I really went into detail on exactly what BLNK was. You know, they're an electric vehicle charging company, and they are currently expanding across the United States. I mean, they are literally running rampant through expansion. They're trying to get in with all these different companies. They're trying to get into, college campuses, just businesses, neighborhoods, grocery stores. I mean, if you name it, they're probably trying to get in there. So BLNK is definitely making some moves. I really like providing you factual information. Information that really supports why it's either a good investment, a good trade, or just a swing trade in general. I like to provide that information so it really supports the case. So I'm going to swing on over here and give you that information. So on July 22nd, BLNK Charging, in association with Virginia Clean Cities, has been awarded a grant to deploy 200 of BLNK's Level 2 charging stations. And these are going to be 19.2 kilowatt charging stations. And they're going to be deployed across the Mid-Atlantic region. This is going to include West Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. And this is going to be around a 3-year project, and it's supposed to kick off in October of 2020. And what that's going to consist of is, in October, they're going to start really seeking out good places for these charging stations to be deployed. And that's how they're really going to start the process with this project. Some more information, because I think it's really going to support BLNK and why I say, hey, they're making moves. So what they're going to do is on July 27th, they announced that they're going to be installing a new dual 80 amp IQ200 charging station at Fort George Brewery located in Oregon. And continuing on with some more. Because guess what? There is more. So on July 28th, BLNK announced that they would be in collaboration with Energies, hopefully I say that right, I have no idea, Energies, to develop high-power inductive wireless charging station. This is an enhanced DC with fast charging along with energy storage option. Michael D. Farkas, founder, CEO, and executive chairman of BLNK, commented, "This is an exciting collaboration because it combines the industry-leading technologies of our two companies to provide user-friendly, high-powered, next-generation charging." And what basically he continued to say is they're innovating their products, offering and to provide more efficient and convenient charging options, and growing the community of the EV drivers. So like I said, they are going to be continually expanding. They may not be doing it in mass bulk right now, but they're getting out to where people are starting to pay attention to what BLNK is, especially all the EV owners. I mean, think about it. If you're driving around, how many true charging stations are you aware of that are around where you live? I mean, you really have to think about it. The theory behind this too is that BLNK is so early on in their stages of just being a company in general that now is the time to experiment. Now is the time to really get out and test what charging stations are, productive in certain areas, what may need to be expanded on, what needs to be improved, and really, start to get into like maybe a 2.0 or a 3.0 type version. And I think that they're kind of doing that with this next piece of news. I think they're taking it to the next step when it comes to charging already. And I really think that's what kind of helps spike the stock price. So basically what they did is they're patent pending an inductive parking bumper technology, and it's, like I said, it's under development. This will enable EV owners to charge their vehicles without physically interacting with the charging station. And that's crazy to think of, while providing a faster and more effortless charging experience. Likewise, by developing charging stations with next generation integrated DCFC with energy storage capabilities, we can make state-of-the-art charging technology more affordable and accessible to the EV industry. Now, if we're going wireless already, that is steps, above what they had already talked about. They have the typical ones where you pull up to it, you plug it in, and you do your thing. If we're already talking about wireless, holy smokes. Got some more news for you, and I think this one is the most impactful. This is the icing on the cake. This is what really caused this stock price to hit all-time highs today and have some amazing volume. So basically what they announced is that they will be partnering with Nissan. And this is going to be an international partnership because what this is going to entail is they're going to put their charging stations in Nissan dealerships in Greece. So basically they are working internationally within Nissan. I think that this is a major headline because it is a huge partnership with a big time automotive company in Nissan. So I think that they're starting to get in with companies like this, and they're obviously in talks because this just isn't a rise. So they're probably talking to multiple, car manufacturers out there. And, Nissan has a couple EV cars that have really made impacts in the EV market. So this is a pretty big deal for BLNK and for Nissan. Give you guys an update on where I currently sit with this company since the last time I did a video. So where I'm currently sitting at in shares is 100 shares. And I did that video, as you can see right here, 4 weeks ago. And since that video, I acquired the 100 shares with an average price of $7 and like maybe a smidge over in cents. And at the time I was like, man, that might be a little high, just because, it had some news right around that time. And so I was like, man, I might be a little high just for where we're at. And I could not be more happy with my acquisition at that time. If you follow this stock or follow EVs at all, you know that this stock really made an impact today. And a lot of that news that I provided you earlier was because of the run we had today, or caused the run today. So, my favorite part of any video, and that is chart breaking down time. So let's blink on over here and charge up into this thing. So today we opened at $11.80. We got as high as $14.58. I wasn't going to complain about the $11.80, but then we hit a high of $14.58. Amazing. Its low was $11.09. Its volume today was 45.54 million, which is a lot. Market cap 386.6 million. 52-week high was hit today, and that was $14.58. And its 52-week low is $1.25. Its average volume, as you can see, is 5.21 million, and I would say that's pretty consistent. I would say it flirts between 5 and 7. Today it closed at $12.49 with a monster run of 29.83%. And then in the after hours, it continued 0.80% and finished the run at $12.59. Now, this is a 6-month chart, and the reason is because I want you guys to see, what really we're looking at. In January into February, there was some news. It was, they were putting out some charging stations, like I've stated in the, before, in the early parts of this video. They were getting some charging stations out, but they're just not putting them out in monster amounts. So anytime that they were able to sign a deal or get some headlines with a charging station, we would get a little bit of a spike. but there really just hasn't been that monster impactful news yet. Like I always say, I'm not going to get into too much detail. Obviously, the coronavirus caused everything to just erupt and just collapse. So they obviously took the hit just like everything else. And since that time, they really just stayed pretty consistent. They really kind of just had a resistance and have, stayed the same price roughly, I'd say 3 to 4 months. And then obviously we start hitting all that EV news. You have all these cars coming out. You have, Hyliion, you have Nikola, you have Tesla, you have all the, RC Moto, you have all these different vehicles. I mean, honestly, all the Chinese market is out there as well, which has who knows the amount of actual EV companies they have. So you have all these vehicles out there that are going to need some form of charging. And really, there's not a whole lot of publicly traded, charging station companies out there. There are ones that are connected to, solar panels and things like that, which is very interesting. And that's going to be a video in itself coming up with another company. But BLNK is kind of unique. I mean, they really are. They're one of a kind almost. And like I said, they're not the only ones doing it, but they're the ones that are expanding and they're getting out there and they're doing some things. So with that being said, they were able to jump with some monster news. Getting with Nissan was a huge impact on their stock price. And I think that had a lot to do with why they climbed today to their 52-week high at 1458. I'm obviously in this stock. I really want to continue to buy more. And my goal for a lot of these stocks is to get to 1,000 shares. Now that's a long ways off, but my goal is to get to 1,000 shares with majority of these EV companies. It would be so nice to do that. But that's my thoughts. And that's really how I feel about this company. I think it is a great company. I think that it's going to be a needed product. And like I stated before, they are going to continue to expand through the country, through the world, and they're going to continue to expand on their products. It's only going to get better. Recommendation for this video is to not blink on this one. I can't keep straight face on that for some reason. But you guys know how I do it. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. It helps out tremendously. And if you enjoy the content, because I'm going to keep the content flowing, subscribe to my channel. And as always, have a good day.